Hi guys, KP this side. Hope all of you are doing good. This is vlog number 56 in Decoding Equity Markets with KP series. Okay, last week markets were not in great shape. We have seen more of red last week, creating lots of confusion and lots of tensions, anxiety in the minds of new investors, people who are very new to the markets. I find it funny how they behave when markets are going down only for few days, and the way people message me asking, sir, till what point of time you feel markets will drop? Should I sell off some of my scripts? Should I, book losses in some scripts? Understand one thing, guys. If you are not capable of seeing losses in the equity markets, take out your money from equity markets, do some good fixed deposits. FDs giving you 6%, 5.5%, you deserve that. You don't deserve to be in equity markets. Because आपको टेंशन हो जाता है, आप हाइपर टेंशन मोड में चले जाते हैं. You start getting anxious about your money. So if you have so much anxiety about your money, you better put it in FDs. Or better, keep it in locker. Or you can keep it in the bed on which you sleep. The money is safest over there. Okay, so the whole idea of making these videos, guys, is to first develop a proper mindset. If you have a mindset of investing, if you have strategies in place, if you have patience, if you know how to, deal with these ups and downs in the market, so if the temperament, if you can build up, then you can definitely make good money in equity markets. जरूरत से ज़्यादा सोचेंगे, जरूरत से ज़्यादा proactive होने का कोशिश करेंगे, if you're trying to be restless, trying to do too many things, that is when this over smartness of yours make you suffer losses in market. शांत रहिए, learn to be patient. Let people speak. There is a lot of noise around. Let them speak. Somebody suddenly, random guy you see tells you this share is going down, बेच दे इसको, and you start panicking, you sell your shares. Doesn't work like that. Things don't work like that. खरीदने के पहले 100 बार सोचिए. Before you buy something, think 100 times. Whether it's worth your money or not, whether it's worth investing in that script or not. Once you have taken, then there is no looking back. Until and unless some very drastic change happens in the fundamentals of the company. Some major changes have happened because of which you want to get rid of that share. Otherwise, why think so much? Should we book loss in this script, buy another script? When markets are falling, boss, everything is falling. ये theory कहाँ से आया? I don't understand this theory of yours. When markets are falling, everything is going down. It's not just one script. You have a habit of seeing only your own portfolio every day. You don't even have the maturity levels to understand this. कि जब मेरा portfolio गिर रहा है, I should also consider Nifty and Sensex at least, if not other stocks. I'm not expecting much from you about other stocks, but at least see what other stocks are doing on that particular day. इसको बेच देते हैं, we'll sell this stock, then what? We'll put money somewhere else. Oh, you know what other share will 100% give you returns. If you know, then you do that. If you don't know, then shut up and hold on to your stocks. Just giving some knowledge. Okay, I'm not, don't get scared. I'm not rebuking anybody over here. I'm not scolding anybody over here. But till the time you don't develop this, till the time you don't develop this, then hire services from somebody and speak less. If you have knowledge, then better you apply your own brains and buy, sell, whatever you want to do. Then don't talk to people. Two people, both applying brains, both doing too many things in the market, you can never make returns. Learn to stay quiet. When you don't know, just shut up and let the person do whatever the person is telling you. Just do that. If you're taking services, not from me, from anybody. I'm not talking things over here about my services, telling you in general. So if the mindset is not clear, the vision is not clear, why have you come to this market? If you only want to see markets going up, you don't better stay in this market, because someday or the other you have to leave. First you develop discipline, first you develop temperament, first you understand the science of how equity markets work. If you don't know that, see all my vlogs first. See, there is a reason why I'm making these videos. Stop pushing the panic button. Not required. अभी तो मार्केट में कुछ ऐसा हुआ ही नहीं है कि आपको पैनिक बटन प्रेस करना पड़ा. You got to press panic buttons when there are world wars, when there are some pandemic kind of situations. That is when people have to really make decisions. Should I stick to my portfolio? Should I reduce my exposure? Should I start averaging out my stocks? These are the questions you ask when something happens at macro level which brings an absolute turmoil in the market. 200, 300 points market will fall and you start getting jittery. If you start getting jittery, better you stop doing equity markets. Very simple. What did you think? I'll make today's video and sound negative about equity markets. I'm ultra bullish on markets. Listen to it loud and clear. Vlog number 56, 6 o'clock it is right now, and I'm ultra bullish on Indian equity markets. What did you think? Today I'll not make a video because last week markets were down. This is what you thought, right? Some of you thought, right? I know I can read your minds from here. Markets will perform very good in next 5 years. Take my word for that. But if you don't know how to do markets, better get out of this market. Don't stay. रोज अगर आपका हार्ट बीट ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है, your blood pressures are going up, you are turning diabetic, why do such things? Everything that you're doing is for living a life, right? Living a better life. If equity markets are making your life worse, just go from here. Leave this market. Real estate में पैसा लगाइए. Buy some good plots of DLF in Gurgaon. That's the best thing you can do. Or buy some gold. खरीद के रख लो. Biscuits. Buy gold biscuits. Keep them in your safe. Godrej locker. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Sentiments, China, negative. How negative? Very negative. Should we be worried? Should equity markets फिर नीचे जाएगा? नहीं जाएगा. Equity markets won't go down. Who is saying this? I am saying. Do I know it? No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. China, sentiments are weak. Turnaround expected, efforts can be seen. I can see the efforts. Things will turn. A second largest economy of the globe is not going to surrender like that. Did they face something like this in the past? Many a times. Did they make a strong comeback? Almost every time. US sentiments strong. Performance of economy very good. Turnaround very good. Going into recession, no. Then why the hell is the market falling in US? Because they have got shit in their brains. I'll explain you. Today my language will be like this because I'm pissed off. Third, India. Sentiments good. Then why the hell Indian markets fell last week? Because we like mimicking Dow Jones. No sir, ऐसा नहीं है. ऐसा है. At least right now it is like this. If Modi government wins 2024 elections, after that probably Indian market will catch all the limelight and it will stop depending on Dow Jones. Sir, how do you know this? This is again what I am. See, I don't listen to people and speak. I have worked in this market, slogged in this market for many years, so I can develop my own theories. And I can give you reasonable answers why I say something. Understood? I do a lot of theory developments like this. Some make sense, some may not make sense. Even for corporate entities, I make a lot of theories. When I share it with my students, my clients, I just tell them that this is what I understand. I perceive it like this. Everything that they do, they won't tell you. But this is what I see. 2024, guys, listen. 2024, when Modi government wins, 2024 से लेके, listen carefully, 2024 से लेके 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, by end of 2028, Indian equity markets will be at its all-time high. What can happen in an ultra bullish scenario? What can happen? You may see Sensex heading towards 90,000. You may see 90,000 and Nifty at 30,000 in 2028. This is what I feel has high chances of happening. There was a period when Japan enjoyed high GDP. Its economy was doing wonders. Equity markets were enjoying a lot of inflows from foreign investors. The same phase was there for China. This time that phase will be for India. If you don't believe in that, don't listen to my videos. I don't care. If you don't believe, it's okay. Don't believe because you are nonsense. So you don't believe in me because I'm giving reasons for all this for last many videos. If you still don't want to believe, you don't believe. But this is what is going to happen. Somebody keep a record of this video. We will post this. If after 5 years things are okay, we are alive, I'll post this. 100% I will post this. Just see. 2028 tak. By the time 2028 comes, you see how much money will come into Indian equity markets. And bhai sahab, India mein 3 to 4% people are putting money in equity markets. You see the population of this country. There is no awareness about investing in equity. 3 to 4% people in India are putting money in equity markets. 45% people invest in US equity markets. When this figure from 4% goes up to 40% in India, imagine the amount of liquidity we will generate in Indian equity markets. Forget about FII money. We don't even need FII money if 40% of Indians start putting money in equity markets. We are a nation known for its consumption power. And now we will be known for our production power also. Just see, wait and watch. Jai Hind. So China, let me share certain things. I have got the maximum to share for China today. China contributes 22% of global GDP, which is the world's largest manufacturing economy and exporter of goods. Largest consumer of number of key commodities, including metals. They have, I told you in my last video also, iron ore, India, whatever we manufacture, 70% of it is being exported to China. China suffering with their production also means they will suffer with their consumption. That's why whenever their exports are going down, their imports are also going down. Understood? It balances out. So China is somebody who imports the most amount of, who consumes the most amount of metal. That is the reason why stocks like Vedanta or Tata Steel have again started showing the downward journey. Because till the time China economy is not clear on how the China's picture is not clear, the metal sector will take some time to pick up. The chemical sector will take some time to pick up. But I look at it as an opportunity. I look at everything as an opportunity. तुम खरीदने वाले बनो. Shares तो बहुत है सर जी. आप खरीदने वाले तो बनिए. First you have the guts of putting money in equity markets यार. आपको तो हर बात में मार्केट का खाली एनालिसिस करना है. You are only looking for situations when markets will turn negative and you want to come out of this market. Every day same question, every day same question. Every day you are worried about same thing. Markets will fall. Arey, markets will fall. If markets will rise, markets will fall also yaar. Why can't you put this thing in your head? Think about it. Markets गिरता है, be happy, look at it as an opportunity. But नहीं, you are worried. कितना गिर जाएगा मार्केट? इतना गिर जाएगा कि आप कंगाल हो जाओगे. आपका you will lose all your money, you will also lose all your fortunes. Think about it. If you are dealing with me, you got to be very matured. Especially if you're dealing with me. If you're listening to somebody else, then it's okay. You continue listening to those people. But if you're listening to me, you have to be very sensible in what you talk. Because I'm teaching you that sensibility. I'm taking efforts making these videos, sharing hell a lot of information with you. See, just see how much I have written. Even after sharing all this information with you, if after that you come and talk to me like a small kid, thumb-sucking kid, does not make sense. World's half metal is being consumed by China. Decline in China economic activity will throw off the global demand and supply balances. Told all this to you earlier also. July numbers for China, very, very worrisome. Worse than June, worse than May. Retail sales down, industrial output down, investments output down. Everything is down. High debt. I've told earlier, China has very high debt. Slowing exports, slowing household consumption. Low property markets demand. Everything is going down. Debt that China is sitting on is huge. If they don't pick up on their activity, the industrial activity, production activity, manufacturing activity, how would they pay the interest on this debt? Country Garden, one of the real estate developer, it could not pay its international debt. It's a bad situation. Even Evergrande, we heard about it, which defaulted on its debt in 2021, now filed for bankruptcy protection in US on Friday. The Evergrande. I hope you remember this episode. But the bank, the People's Bank of China on Friday, they have again, done a meeting, and they are now taking efforts to stop a slide in their currency. Rate cuts are being done. They are also promoting. They are also, encouraging the companies to go for potential buyback of their shares, because that is how you win confidence of investors. Your shares are being trading cheap in the market, so they are telling promoters that if possible, please buy back your own shares. That will, create some kind of confidence in the minds of the investors. And also, they are planning to increase trading hours so that more people can participate in the markets. They are reducing the brokerage charges. So that's what I am saying continuously to you. Right now, sentiments are weak, coupled by the numbers looking very bad. But is government sleeping? No, the government is being very proactive, and they're trying their level best to bring things under control. They are doing it. Okay. JP Morgan is forecasting that in 2023, GDP growth will happen at 4.2%, whereas earlier they were projecting a growth rate of 4.8%, but now they think the growth rate will be 4.2%. Barclays thinks about a growth rate of 4.5% in GDP, but then the numbers are mixed, because Standard Chartered, on the other hand, is still having a GDP forecast of 5.4% and UBS 5.2%. I am saying that even if they achieve this 5% on an average, taking these average numbers, if I say they come close to 5% also, a growth rate of GDP at 5%, it's still good. It's still good. Unemployment in youth was at around 21-22% when last it was reported. Now suddenly the government does not want to report its unemployment rate. It's China, right? They can do anything. Are things looking bad right now? Whatever we are seeing, yes, numbers are looking bad. Is government proactive? Yes, they're proactive. They're taking steps. They're walking walking what they're talking, and efforts are being taken. That is very evident. They're trying to protect their economy, and they're trying to push growth in the economy back. Efforts are being taken. In what has happened in the past 2008-9, 2015, again, China had a similar kind of a situation, but they came back very, very strong. They showed their muscle power, and they did well over there. Okay, so things are right now obviously negative. That might be a big reason why markets have fallen a little bit on, in the last week. And Chinese markets are suffering a lot right now. Equity markets. What about US? US, you know what? US equity markets are behaving very irrational, guys. Very irrational. I have told you this in the past also. Highly disappointed with how equity markets are run in US. I feel there is so much of manipulation in this market. They are very good at doing manipulations, and even when things are going good, these people are like, it's like you appeared in an exam and scored 95 out of 100, and still you are not being rewarded for doing that. They are saying that you could have done better, or they are saying like this time you got 95, but we won't reward you, because who knows, maybe next time you will only score 60 or 55. That is how they are doing it. They are not enjoying their present, but they're showing more worry for future, a future which seems to be less of a possibility. It's not even a highly probable thing that can happen. So US markets are behaving very irrational right now, and I personally feel that this is purely manipulated market. That is what I can say. Okay, let's see why I'm saying all this. I have a logical reason for everything I say. There is a surge in industrial output. Current quarter GDP soared to a high of 5.8%, which is highest since January 2022. It is more than twice just 1 month ago. So this 5.8% GDP is very, very good. Deutsche Bank more than doubled its third quarter GDP to 3.1%. For bikes like Ducati, BMW, the sales have gone up. Cruise, the bookings have gone up. Restaurants, bars, revenues are going up. Consumption is going up. Shopping going up. All this in last 2 to 3 months, which means household consumption is rising. Which means one thing is sure, after 10 to 11 consecutive rate hikes, still US economy probably is not going into recession. From what data we have right now in hand, this is looking evident. But US government is not worried about that. They are worried that if GDP numbers are looking so strong, jobless claims are so low, consumption is again rising, will this again throw the economy into inflationary environment? That is what they are worried about. What I am saying is, if even after raising rates for 10, 11 times, you see the economy is not going into recession, rather it is again, the economy showing a lot of resilience and people are still being able to spend good money, then you can go for one more rate hike. Let it be. It means you were stupid for not increasing your rates for all these years. People were able to, if people are able to bear the rate hikes right now, they could have done that even 1 year back, 2 years back, 3 years back. Why did you first of all create a situation like this, where you were giving money like at free of cost? So what is US government worried about? Inflation is down, country is not going into recession, consumptions are looking strong, GDP is going up, activity at manufacturing level, production level is good. What is bothering you? What exactly is bothering you? What is bothering the markets right now is that if things keep going like this, then September month again they will have to go for a rate hike. Oh my God, goodness gracious me. If even after hiking rates your economy is doing stupendous, you do it, no, you increase the rates. But why markets have to fall for that? Why markets have to fall for that? First you decide what is your worry right now. After 10 or 11 rate hikes, are you still worried about inflation going up? Or you're worried about economy going into recession? Because you're not going to celebrate any of them. And you're going to, mourn both of them. You're going to mourn both. If recession comes, we are gone. If inflation comes, we are gone. What exactly are you looking for, sir? So they are clueless and they're irrational, behaving like typical lunatics. That is what US economy is doing right now. So yes, who is suffering? Poor investors are suffering because there is somebody at operator level who is selling the shares whenever they feel like selling. They're buying the shares whenever they feel like buying. In the process, if you can have stable minds, you just stick to the markets because you see economy is going in the right direction. But what about people who I was discussing in first 10 minutes of my video? Those kind of people. Markets fall, I come out of the market. Markets go up, chalo, get back into the market. Markets are looking good now. Markets are looking good now. Because that is when so-called technical gurus come. Oh, we see a fresh breakout in the markets. Now markets are going at new highs. Come on, you should put more and more money in the markets. And when they go down, the time when you should put money, when you should average out, then they say, oh, we see weakness in the market. Market is not taking support at any zone. So this is a good time to sell. The time when you should buy, technical gurus come and say you should sell. And you still want to do courses on technical analysis. Superb. That's the irony of life. That's the real irony. Fed feels inflation going down right now is good. But if economic activity continues to perform like this, if the consumption is going to be high, then they may have to go for a rate hike in September. Arey Baba, you do it. You do 5 more rate hikes. But if economy is able to see what is the best parameter to see if rate hikes is a problem? It's the numbers of your economy, right? But the numbers of your economy are not looking getting weak at any point of time, even with rate hikes happening. So you can do it, but consumptions are still high. That's why I gave you examples of everything, from your BMWs, Ducatis, cruisers, bars, shopping, restaurants, hotel bookings, everything is going up. Are you able to drain out of the money from the economy by raising interest rates? You're not able to do that, right? You can keep raising interest rates if that is how you plan to bring down your inflation. Why equity markets react to this every time? We don't know. Or maybe there is some market manipulation. What about India? Mr. Narendra Modi spoke last week and he expects India to become third largest economy during his third term. US, China, third place India. Sir, this is over optimistic. I like being over optimistic. You got a problem? Don't listen to me. IMF expects India to become fourth largest economy in 2025 and third largest economy in 2027. And this is when Indian equity markets will make record highs. 90,000 Sensex, I am talking conservative. Because if I tell you what I actually feel, you will say Sardar pagal ho gaya. Isliye I am not saying. I want you to digest the fact that 90,000 can come. If you ask me really what is looking possible, Sensex at 1 lakh is looking possible to me, and Nifty anything between 32,000 to 35,000 is looking possible to me by 2028, 2029. Okay? So you don't want to believe? Okay, good. Don't do that. Moody affirms Baa3 rating on India. Right now, what is the problem in India? The biggest problem in India right now is food inflation, which I have told you in my last couple of videos. Retail inflation is at 15 months high. This is mainly because of the vegetable and cereal prices going up. Inflation rose to 7.44% during this month, up from 4.87% in June. So inflation numbers are high. Highest level since April 2022. 3 times rate hikes have not been done in last 3 monetary policies. These kind of numbers should be brought in control in a short span of time. Otherwise, we never know. RBI may be forced to increase rates again. Food inflation at 11.5% in July, up from 4.49% in June. Lot of things where we are doing exports. Now export duties are being imposed. Some export restrictions are being done, like on commodities like onion, rice. They are doing that so that the prices can be controlled. But some experts are of a belief that food inflation going up is not a big problem. This will be taken care of. Okay. Dow closing on Friday, I am happy, was at 34,500. So just above 34,500 was the closing for Dow Jones. If you remember, I told you Dow Jones dropping below 34,800 will bring a sharp fall in Dow Jones to 34,500 levels. And my major concerns will start when it drops below 34,200, 250. If it goes below 34,200, 250, it would be safe to say this, that once again the markets will go in that undecisive zone, which we were referring to a couple of months back. And that is where aggressive buying is not recommended. Aggressive selling is also not recommended. So that will again become a wait and watch zone. But this is their last chance. If Dow Jones from here can pick up, which actually should happen, because nothing looks bad at economy level for US. And US, some experts have come and told very clearly that US economy has very little dependence on how China works out its economic problems, which means it's not that if China goes into disinflationary environment, then US economy will suffer. No, they have told that very clearly. Okay, that is, I listened to some of the experts and that is what they have said. And we have to be very watchful. I think this is one chance for Dow Jones. If it can take its support at 34,400, 34,500, and from here it again start its upward journey, then I think again that 35,300 and 500 is the consolidation zone, and from there the next upside is looking at 36,000. But that is right now, that till last week things were looking good, but now that looks very being very bullish, being very positive on market. So I don't want to talk about 36,000 right now, but right now the crucial level at which Dow Jones is between 34,300 to 500. If it drops below 34,200, then that will make this situation a little scary. So why do you talk so much about Dow Jones? Because I strongly believe right now Nifty is mimicking somewhere Dow Jones. Nifty is at 19,310. If Dow drops below 34,200, listen carefully, guys. If Dow drops below 34,200, I strongly believe Nifty will break the levels of 19,100, 19,150. And if that happens, then Dow next probably will start looking towards a range of 33,800 to 33,900, or maybe it can even drop to 33,650 odd levels. If that happens, then we are having some bad days going ahead, and we might see Nifty dropping down till 18,800, which will then become the next major support for Nifty. This is what I strongly feel. So that is the reason why I stress so much on Dow Jones, and that is the reason why I sleep every day at midnight 1:30. That is the reason, because I have to be, I have to see the global markets also, and price action can be seen only in real markets. Only the closing, if you see, you won't understand. So Dow Jones, if Dow Jones can sustain these levels and Nifty can manage to stay above 19,200 odd levels, then probably an upward journey will start again. Some positive news has to come in from China's side for markets to kick back, its upward journey. Till that time, I think markets will stay a little choppy. Bank Nifty is at around 43,850 levels. Bank Nifty is showing a lot of weakness right now. But one reason I told you last week that downgrade of banks happened in US, one major reason for that was this news also. But I think again, like I've told you, if I am going to invest in banks, my top picks will be HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank. I would still stick to these two banks. I'm not giving a fresh buy recommendation today, but I'm reiterating my buy on one stock, which is Team Lease. Last time, when you remember, I gave you Team Lease and the targets were comfortably done within, I think, 1 or 2 weeks. So I reiterate my buy on Team Lease at 2192 with a target of 2350. So 2350 is looking possible in a short span of time to me. So buy Team Lease at 2192. The fundamentals I have already spoken in my previous video. So you can buy Team Lease at around 2,192 with a potential upside of around 150 to 160 rupees. This is my short-term target. You can book your profits at around 2350. If you remember, Varun Beverages has done the target, and even in this bad market, Varun Beverages has outperformed the market, and I'm very happy for this pick of mine. Because the targets generally क्या होता है ना, people don't like praising anybody. So generally क्या होता है, sometimes when we give shares and it performs, I know there are a lot of people who say when markets are doing good, your shares are doing good. I know, but I don't care about all this what you say. But this time, because VBL has done its target when markets were doing bad, that is why I felt good about it. See, what happens is when you work really hard, you slog your ass every day just to, bring in some best information for your subscribers or even for your clients, and if things do good, you give yourself a pat on the back and you feel that, okay, my hard work is paying off. That's it. No arrogance. No arrogance. That's where my life hack is. Arrogance breeds complacency. Arrogance breeds complacency, and complacency breeds failure. What does this mean? This means if you are too much arrogant about your achievements can be your educational qualification, your job, your high-paying job, your family, wealth, whatever you have. At any point of time, you should not become arrogant about yourself, because the moment you become arrogant, you stop inviting suggestions. You see, a lot of times what happens is the suggestions which we get from the external environment, don't look at it always like criticism. Some suggestions can help you in a constructive manner. Some suggestions can help you become a better version of yourself. How do you improve in life? Only when you are inviting suggestions. It does not mean you go and start seeking suggestions from people, but if you keep yourself open-minded and you have that acceptability for any constructive suggestions from people, and you start working on that, you start pondering that, okay, if I'm going wrong with something, okay, let me do this in a better way. Let us try to do it let us try to execute this in a better manner. That is when you become a better version of yourself. I'm teaching since last 12 years, guys. I would have taught more than 1 lakh students of CA final itself. Till date, I am very serious about the suggestions which I get from students. If feedbacks, if I don't agree with what my student is saying, then also it's my duty to give them a reasonable answer of why I cannot do something what my student expects me to do. or why the method which I am following is better than what he or she is suggesting me. But maximum times, whatever they have told me, whether it's relating to my material, my speed of teaching, my way of teaching, the sequence in which I'm teaching, the way I'm doing sums, the way I'm presenting my answers, if they have a suggestion, I've taken it seriously. And it's their suggestion for this decade or so is the reason why I am able to come up with very good quality lectures. So if you are very arrogant and you just feel that I am the best, that arrogance somewhere makes you complacent. Complacent means you are not going to push the boundaries. You're not going to put in that extra effort to do something. You have become complacent. Okay, जो भी कर रहा हूँ बेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, अपन के ऊपर कोई नहीं है. So you're not taking those suggestions from people, and you have become very arrogant. So being arrogant and having self-esteem are two different things. Self-esteem is chin up. You feel proud about whatever you're doing in life. Arrogance is when you don't, everything that people tell you, you never take it in a positive manner, and you always feel that people are criticizing you for no reason. So you start, ignoring what they're saying. So it's always better if we are a little flexible, we are open-minded, we invite suggestions from people, and we work on it. If we feel that yes, there is some merit in what they're saying, we work on that. And if you only get more and more arrogant and you become complacent, that is when it breeds failure, and that is when people fail, because you're not flexible enough to incorporate changes in your methods of doing things. And that is when people start your hard work, whatever you have done for all these years, but if you are very reluctant to changes, that is when your performance, it collapses. That is when people switch to somebody else. So even till date, I take suggestions and feedbacks very seriously, and I try to work on them till the time I feel there is a merit in it. Obviously, I don't want to seek suggestions from everybody and implement everything. That is not possible humanly. But as long as possible, please do implement changes. Because a lot of times people are speaking for your good. A lot of times they have faced some problems with the services or with your whatever it is, with your, whether it's job, it's your classes, it's your professional career, it's your consultancy services, whatever it is, somebody felt something inconvenient. That is why they gave you suggestions. Don't be arrogant and don't just ignore it. Don't turn a deaf ear to it. Listen to it, take the advice. If it can help you improve, why not? Why not improve? Because improving is required on daily basis, guys. Even I try to improve. If you have suggestions, you can give me suggestions. If you don't have any suggestions to give, just subscribe to my channel and leave a thumbs up, leave some comments if you want to. Rest all is okay, guys. If I said something wrong, I'm sorry for that. But the fact has to be spoken, right? You got to learn things before you put your money in the markets. Otherwise, you have unrealistic expectations. And unrealistic expectations looks good in the fairy tales which are being told by grandmothers, not in vlogs made by KP sir. Chalo, bye-bye. Stay bullish. 2028, 1 lakh. Jackass. Chalo, bye guys. Bye.